I just attended the Senate Ways and Means Committee hearing about a series of bills that would deal with ending tax loopholes and funding social services. It's the special session. One of the thoughts that I had is that I didn't hear some things that could have been said. There was a chicken farmer who testified in opposition to the bill, who mentioned the high cost of running their business. No one asked how much money the chicken farmer is making, and how many employees they have, how much those employees are paid. You know, is the person making $80,000 a year, $500,000 a year, $1 million a year? What's the profit margin in their industry? The other thing that I thought was lacking was a connection of the issues. The farmer mentioned the mortgage payments that they're making, and something that I think could be added to these bills, or there could be another bill that deals with the issue of mortgages and interest that banks are collecting on mortgages, to deal with the problem of usury, and it seems like that would be a good issue in this time of increasing disparity in wealth between rich and poor, to talk about how much money people are making and how much money is reasonable for people to be making. Those are my comments here. Thank you very much.
My name is Tim Eyman. In November, voters overwhelmingly rejected a state income tax, overwhelmingly reinstated the 2/3, making it tougher to raise taxes, and even said no to 2 cents on a can of pop. What part of the voters' no new taxes message is unclear? Democrat politicians in Olympia think voters are stupid because they say that voters just didn't know that 1053 said 2/3 for any tax increase, whether that increase was imposed on some of us or all of us. And because they say that their anti-1053 referendum isn't going to result in higher taxes on you and me, just on businesses. On both these points, you're proving that you're the stupid ones.
Tim, I'm going to just interrupt you for a second. And I've done this a few times in my short time as chair, but I'd ask you to refrain from name calling. You have a great, position to argue. I disagree with it, but make your points. Push us, but please don't name call. Thank you. Please continue. And I won't count my remarks against your time.
I appreciate that. Last year, the central campaign argument against 1053 was that it was backed by big businesses who only wanted to protect their own tax incentives. Voters considered these arguments and rejected them. Having lost the vote, now you're saying that the voters are stupid and that the 64% yes vote shouldn't count.
Tim, I'd ask you again to refrain from name calling. I think you can make your argument without calling names.
Okay. This bill puts a massive loophole in the 2/3 vote requirement. 5944 puts a hole in 1053 that a Mack truck could drive through. But no, you're saying, trust us. We would never impose taxes on regular taxpayers, only on businesses. History shows that that's not what happens. Last year, without the 2/3 requirement, I'll wrap up, without the 2/3 requirement, you could have ended any tax break you wanted to, but you didn't. You stuck it to regular taxpayers. The big business defends itself just fine down here in the regular legislative process. It's regular taxpayers that always get the shaft. Let me close with, you've been handed out a breakdown per legislative district, how this passed. You've been handed out a map of how this broke down. If you ignore the people and pass this, voters will react with dismay and disgust. They were disgusted with you when you got it 960 and they passed 1053 and 6 to 9 Democrats lost their seats. We can do this again, but I don't think it should take 5 times of the voters voting for the same policy for you to get the message. I appreciate your patience with me, Mr. Chairman, and appreciate your time.
Thank you. Are there questions?